Hello, my name is David, and I have been releasing music. Here is the brief sample of the master and the video that you can watch in full on my channel, David Borja.
Stranger to myself, could be somebody else who turned the lights out first. I think it's getting worse. Is it what you want? Is it what you need? If I would have done it all, bring the house down. Who is this for?
So I'm going to play the first version, and then I'll kind of skip through how I iterated throughout the project to get close to what the final arrangement was. So you can hear the bass line is not fleshed out, but even there was like a bum note in the piano line. Fascinating. Yeah, it sounds like wrong to my mind. Pretty sure I started this project just plunking out what I figured the melody was and listening to the metronome. And it would basically just be, I would have the lyrics in a little notepad and I would be playing it back to roughly the rhythm that I heard in my head for this song. So I believe it started something truly like this. Oh man. Yeah, it's almost more minor sounding. Yeah, even the like rhythm keys in the background, I had no idea what I was doing. Great. So this is the sketch of the idea, and I refine it as the versions go on, but it basically stays somewhere in this world for a lot of the song. This bit. Oh yeah, even the rhythm is a little different. Is it closer here? Fascinating. Yeah, the rhythm is definitely different in the final, but even the outro I kind of kept. Yeah, you can hear the beginnings of what I wanted the outro to sound like. Okay, yeah, very suspenseful. Let's see what we had next. Wanted to make the bass fatter, I suppose. And I think here I started to realize putting octaves on the bass line was going to make it sound more interesting. And yeah, by the end, I put octaves on most of the bass line as opposed to only putting it on the Stranger to Myself pre-chorus. Yeah, here you can see on verse 2, I just have literally one note for the bass line. So suspenseful. Stranger to myself, could be somebody else, lights out first. Yeah, so all that's chill. I started to figure out like that I wanted really cute like high pitched tones to start coming in for the rhythm keys. Because again, this is all to just figure out the arrangement of the song. It was before I started singing. So I'm not sure when. I might introduce vocals in this version. All right, this might be kind of brutal. Forgive me. I'm probably going to turn the vocals down.
I could be hot, sweet or clever. You have a taste
Yeah.
for what's bitter.
Ooh.
Hope that one day you feel something. Can we
Yeah, so I guess I wanted like some attitude in the voice, but yeah, it did not translate with that performance. And also, like, I think I'm still learning about my voice and trying to figure out a good how to stay limber as a singer. Because if you don't use your voice, you will hurt your range. You won't be able to sing quite as well. For sure, my voice was probably pretty weak when I was doing this run through, but I also didn't know the song as well, right? Like sometimes you have to just listen to yourself ruining a song quite a few times before you can think of the way that you want to try performing it again. So
Is it? Is it?
yeah, even the way I'm like that particular vowel, I mean, not this becoming about singing technique, but like is it like as opposed to is that like there's a very different feeling. And I think in this, I'm emphasizing more of the eh sound, which is very hard to project. Um, and it's still like a pretty hard song for me to sing. It sits kind of weirdly in my voice, but I don't know. Like I'm happy with where the last version is at. We'll see how I feel about this song if it comes to live performances. Because even the "Stranger to Myself" pre-chorus, I can't do that in one breath. Like it only works because I edited it together. It's just not easy to sing. So yeah, I'll probably skip ahead to the version of the vocals that I actually started working with and made it into the final.
Think it's getting worse. A stranger to myself could be somebody.
I'm still pitchy, like I haven't done any of my Melodyne work. Yeah, I feel like the ping pong delays are starting to work and the quality of performance is getting closer. It's still like a little honky, like a little to myself.
A stranger to myself could be somebody else.
It doesn't sound as confident to me. I think part of that is the way I blend the voices in the final. Like this version is mostly chest voice, and just the way I placed it is a little off. Whereas in the final, we're mixing a bit more of head voice. I think if you hear head voice, some of the lighter tones, and then you keep some of the chest voice a little farther back, it has like a softer feel, but you still get there's still like body to the voice.
Got too many petty motherfuckers knocking on my door.
Yeah, like that sounds pretty close.
If I could have, hey, you feel something? Can we fill this cup or not? A stranger.
There's like something odd about the way the notes are striking in the bass line. I don't know. It's probably a phasing issue, but I think because these waves are really similar to each other and they're hitting on the same octave, I think sometimes they're just canceling each other out because they're playing at the exact same time. That's my guess, instead of actually like doubling the frequency. So yeah, because I think the bass sounds fine if I remove one of these. Yeah, and you can see my decapitator is offline because my most of my plugins are offline right now, but I don't think we need to bring it on. I started adding the upper octave unison on the bass line. So if we look at these bad boys, there are certain moments where, and that's pretty buried in the mix in the actual song, but I think it's like if we listen to that with like pretty much all the production and no vocals. Yeah, and then we have the rhythm keys start doing some work on one side. Yeah, so I think here I'm still figuring out the exact rhythm that I want, and I believe in the final, I make the kick a lot more consistent. I mean, you can even see just like at a glance, the kick is like, it looks pretty random. Like the pattern doesn't really repeat that often. I think I have to be selective about where I want complexity versus where I want simplicity. Because if too much is going on at once, there's nothing for you to latch onto, and the song is not memorable. It just feels chaotic. And vice versa, if there's not much going on, the song can feel boring and is not as interesting to listen to. And it definitely helped a lot that I started tuning everything. So for those of you who don't know, Melodyne is such a powerful tuning tool, And I'm still figuring out what the most efficient workflow is with it, because I think I definitely did a lot of manual tuning work for all of these vocals. Like, there's just a lot going on. Basically, the feedback I was getting was like, the song takes a while to get your bearings, and I tried to isolate the introduction as that area where that was happening. So if you listen to this version, the bass line and the vocals just aren't quite giving enough chord information to understand the key of the song.
I could be hot, sweet or clever. You have a taste for what's bitter.
Yeah, like, for whatever reason, I dropped the bass line so that it wouldn't hit at the same time as the vocal. But then you're like, okay, so what key is this?
I could be hot, sweet or clever.
Okay, maybe we're in this key. But yeah, we're just going for a pedal tone on the bass line. And then here, like, there's no harmony on the pre-chorus vocals.
A stranger to myself could be somebody else who turned the lights out first. I think it's getting worse.
The idea I was having at the time was I wanted the listener to learn the pre-chorus. But it's not that convincing of an argument, because we're also not getting the rhythm keys in this section. So it just feels a little like practicing. It doesn't really feel like a finished song in this moment.
A stranger to myself could be
Because that, compared to the pre-chorus later, there's rhythm keys and there's harmony.
a stranger to myself could be somebody else who turned the lights out first. I think it's getting worse.
So that's much fuller sounding, but I think I was worried that too much happening in the beginning would have been disorienting to the listener. So the middle ground that we landed on for the bass line, I added some octave movement, which helps establish the key more clearly. And we also we hear that intro actually resolve. Again, we're hitting the key. We're trying to establish home base.
I could be hot, sweet or clever. You have a taste for what's bitter. Hope that one day you feel something. Can we fill this cup or not? A stranger to myself.
And that octave motion makes complete sense for the rest of the song, because we do those octaves for all the pre-choruses. And then it looks like for the verses, we don't do the octave motion.
Should I hold the door?
That introduction was super important to nail, because like I was really proud of the rest of this song, but if you can't get somebody to buy in early in the song, they're not going to listen to the rest of it. It doesn't really matter how good the later stuff is, if they're not getting into the groove, you know? Here's some of the instrumental work that my mixer did. I will be releasing the instrumentals and acapella by themselves quite soon, because he slayed it. I was like scared when I first listened to it, because I was like, oh, is this what this song can be? Right? Versus and then similarly, his work on the vocals were just like, mwah.
Is it what you want? Got too many petty motherfuckers knocking on my door and asking what you need.
Versus
Is it what you want? Got too many petty motherfuckers knocking on my door and asking what you need. If I could have.
dude, he added like just enough delay where it's like on the rhythm, and when you hear got too many petty motherfuckers, you're hearing it like hit at like double time almost. If you listen.
Is it what you want? Got too many petty motherfuckers knocking on my door and asking what you need.
That's That's so hot. Oh, good for him. I don't know if that specific moment he timed that way, but like, yeah, it really, really speaks. So that is it for Need. I really hope you enjoyed that one. If you want to check out the music video, you can look at my channel, David Borja. The songs are all available on streaming at the moment. I do hope you check them out and have enjoyed this stuff so far. Beyond that, check out the other project tours and take care of yourself. I will see you in the next video. Bye.